webinars explaining each product to you. My name is Anthony Norman. I am the CEO of Dragon Global Finance. We also operate Likquid, which is the corporate finance partner of Pernum. And we also work with YEM. So today's product is called self-staking, which is actually one of the more exciting products, a little bit more complicated as well than the other staking products that we have, but one that actually creates a very cool range of tools. It's really a toolbox. I will explain how it works. First of all, the basis of our trading is that we use the funds for market making activities. We use the cash or the crypto component we use from the founder stake we use for market making activities. Then we actually leverage this by using the YEM or the Likquid being used for this with the institutional partners, which means that we can actually use that to provide as collateral to increase our trading power. So by doing that, we really get the perfect combo between two models. The self-staking is actually built on what's called a matching staking, which means that several parties will come in and match what you do. And because of this, you get increased trading power. This means that we actually generate the funds much faster, even though you're not putting that much in. The self-staking is used for many things. It can be used, for instance, if you want to finance buying a house, or you want to finance buying a boat or a car or a plane. Any kind of object is one model. Second model is when you want to, if you want to finance the cost of a project, like a development project, like a charity that you want to help, or a club, say a sports club, for instance. And the third model is to use for market making of listed assets, meaning like a share, to drive an increase and support a share price or just increase the liquidity of a share. So it's a very cool, flexible tool. And this is really the core of what I believe can make us one of the largest powers in investment banking because of the power of YEM and Likquid sitting behind. On this one, we provide full downside guarantee, which means on the we guarantee your founder stake that you do not have any losses there. Again, like I showed before, and I'm going to show you using my little magic pen here. The staking model, like I explained yesterday, we were looking at the power staking, which sits here for you members. Today, we're looking at taking an asset that is going into the trading, and we are talking about the trading that works on the founder stake. So now you see how these work together. And the YEM element of this is being matched by institutions and other investors. Let's see if I can remove this one now. Okay. So I'm going to do a little screen share demo as I did before, and then I'm going to go back and explain the process more verbally, but I think it makes better sense for you to do this. So what I will be doing here is I will share. Okay, here we go. I have to change the sharing. So here we go. Now I'm sharing my web browser. Obviously, this is Zoom. Here we go. So Dragon Global. So I'm in the Dragon platform again. So just reload this page. And as you can see, now you have power staking from yesterday. Now you have self-staking. The way it works is you go into new staking package. And here you can choose. This is a little bit more complicated than the power staking. The power staking is basically on autopilot. Either you use the staking to purchase an object, example, plane yacht property, or you use it for market making, which is to drive liquidity in an asset, or you use this for funding a club or something. So if we start with, let's say we want to buy a house. So the first thing I put in is the beneficiary to be paid from this. Either this is my own account, or the person you are buying this from sets up an account with Dragon, and you put in the account number here. The account number can be found if you go into your profile here, see your account number. So we go back into self-staking. You put in the beneficiary number, which is the account where the funds are being paid. Then you choose the target goal. How much are we looking to set out? Let's say $900,000 is what I'm buying this object for. And I can choose the currency, if it's dollars, euros, bitcoins, or Ethereum. We chose just to have these 4 to start with now, because every variation takes us a little bit of work to do. So let's say it's 900,000 euros. Now I can set my founder stake. This is my contribution to the staking. And the minimum is 5%. The more you increase this, the faster the staking will complete. So let's say I put in 10%. That means that my founder stake is 90,000. I am allowed to pay up to half. You see, it actually shows you 45,000 euros in Likquid. Can pay less in Likquid, and if I want to put in more founder stake in euros. And this will also adjust depending on, you see which currency it is. Now it's dollars, it's euros. So I will say that I want to put in just under 45,000. So in this case, I can calculate this. Likquid is 84,000 here. So I put in 5,000 liquids. Oh, sorry. There we go. There we go, 45,000. And that means that I have, oh, now it's actually bugging. So I'll just change this number. Let's say 1,000 here. I put in 45,000 in Likquid, and then I have 45,000 to be paid in euros. So it's very simple. It will calculate how much it is. Now I describe the object. So in this case, I will put in house, villa, property in Sweden, plot. I will take an example like this. This is the property code of my old house. This is the property I'm taking. And I have an option here, and this is an option that will increase your staking power, potentially. And this is that you can actually download a deed assignment here that you can click here. And if you do that, you sign this with the seller, and you scan and upload it. Oh, sorry, I closed that. Upload it here. Then we can actually increase the staking power through the institutions we have. The chances increase there. This is optional. So this is if you want to give whoever stakes more guarantee. And it only says that they are allowed to provide staking power up to 20% of the value of the item. So this increases your chance of mining this faster. Here you have a link where you can download the full terms, and you can see here the simple terms, which basically say that we will guarantee your founder stake, and that you can pay up to this, and also the referrer commissions, which we'll go into. That's all. And once you've done this, hide terms, you click create staking object. Now that is all you need to do. It will immediately start once you have put in the founder stake working. The founder stake will be visible on your account. It will charge your account for this. But it will increase as you have the institutional matching and matching stakings come in, which you will see in the back end. That was model number one. Model number two, market making, which means we provide liquidity in an asset. So again, what happens here is that we will actually use the trading power to buy this. Let's say it's a share. I have a share, let's say it's ICSI Gold on World Equity Expo. As we buy, they will end up in an account, and I get the shares. So I will take my account number here in Dragon. Founder stake, I want to put in 10% here of this. And the trading venue is World Equity Expo. Obviously, in this case, we know this very well, but just to make an example, this could be Deutsche Börse, it could be Frankfurt Stock Exchange, Düsseldorf, whatever. Staking asset, ICSI Gold. Now, I add, it should actually say euros here. I add how much of the counter stakings for other people who stake in my project will I pay people? Well, I say I will pay them 50%. And this is up to you. If it's low, it will be less attractive for people to join. If it's more, obviously, it becomes more. So I say that I will give away half the shares, the tokens bought, to the people who for 2 weeks only, and then it stops, or it is open-ended, and that means that it just keeps going. And this is obviously usually the case with market making, that you want to do this. Once this is done, I just create the staking object. So as you can see, it's a little bit different. But as you can see, the model is very similar, but this is why we have to have different screens for different objects. And what happens here is as it goes out and buys and buys and buys, the shares end up in your account here, and they're paying to the counter stakers, which will be the Likquid holders. Third model is the funding. And the funding, this is what works for instance, for charities, for clubs, for schools, for if you have, let's say you have a project, you're developing something, a website or anything, so you can actually fund the business as well. What you do then is that business or that project opens an account in Dragon. Again, you put in the account number, you put in the founder stake, how much, and you will describe the funding. So this is used for my charity for model airplanes, for instance. I'll put in airplanes.com. This is my charity. And again, staking commission. How much commission do I want to give people for counter staking? And I'll say, well, I'll give people 30%. This is for a good cause, maybe 10%. People will want to support this because this is a good thing. So you might have to pay less. So let's say 20%. And you do the same thing here. Either it's open-ended, so this keeps funding and funding and funding, or you set the termination date. This will fund this for 3 years, and then it stops. And then you click create staking object. And that is as simple as it is. When you do this, the staking objects will come up here, and you will see if you have a counter stake or an institutional stake and how fast these come up. So I'm gonna go over back to this slide. So basically the process then after you have put it in is that we immediately start generating a yield, and we start paying this in smaller and smaller, bigger and bigger increments. So as you have, again, I will show you the screen before, the match staking is coming in, then this will increase the speed. The way we work with the institutions is that we actually provide them with a portfolio. We show them that, okay, here we have five projects, 5 houses, we have this much security, we have this much YEM, and they just match the stake. Because of the model, how the staking is working, there is actually no risk in terms of downside because it's always been protected for them. So because of this, they're very likely to join in. And our point here, or our plan here, is to create a staking market where people can actually put in additional, they can pick and choose and actually increase the level of staking. So As for the affiliate program, it works very similar to the power staking. Every time the staking is being paid out in this case, so if you have chosen if you say you fund an acquisition, buying a house, if it's paid every month or every quarter or every year or balloon, then the affiliate commission is paid as well. Remember, the fewer payouts, the faster it pays off. It is paid in the currency of the target. So if you have set euros, it pays in euros. If you set Bitcoin, it pays in Bitcoin. And it is paying commission on the whole project being funded. So on the entire mining. As always, the referrer receives 25% of the profit, which will come out of the institutional stake. So it doesn't actually hurt you or the client. And there's an additional 15% to the sponsor above and to the We Share Success plan. So as you guys can see, it's very cool because it actually allows you guys to fund huge projects using your YAM that you turn into Likquid. It's a very versatile model. And because of this, you can finance, growth of businesses and more or less anything over time. As you can see, it's a little bit more complicated in setting up, but it's well worth the time. As I said yesterday, we have a September special as well. Make sure people know about this. For every package you activate, the sponsor will receive 5 Likquids, and the one sponsoring the sponsor and We Share Success, 3 Likquid tokens as well. So $500 and $300 sort of worth of Likquid. So don't miss out on that if you're looking at packages here. That was all from me for today. Thanks for watching this. Tomorrow we have a webinar at 2 o'clock same time. I'm going to explain the long staking. And finally, Friday, 2 o'clock, the weekly hangout as well. We're going to talk about the project voting as well. So I hope you found this useful. Thank you for watching. This video will, as always, be shared with subtitles as well. Thank you very much for being here. Have a great day.